Good morning, everyone. Today is the second Sunday of Advent, and we have a little scripture passage from Romans chapter 13, verse 11, before we do our Rollheiser. And do this because you know the time. It is the hour now for you to awake from sleep, for our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. The word of the Lord. Rollheiser writes, in his autobiography, Report to Greco, Greek philosopher and writer Nikos Kazantzakis recounts the conversation he once had with an old monk. Kazantzakis, a young man at the time, was visiting a monastery and was very taken by the famed ascetic who lived there, Father Makarios, and asked him for some spiritual advice. The old monk said simply, "Wake up, my child. Wake up before death wakes you up." Jesus is always telling us to wake up, to stay awake, to be vigilant. What does he mean by that? How are we asleep? All of us know how difficult it is for us to be inside the present moment, to not be asleep to the real riches inside our own lives. The distractions and worries of daily life tend to so consume us that we habitually take for granted what's most precious to us, our health, the miracle of our senses, the love and friendship that surrounds us, and the gift of life itself. We go through our daily lives not only with a lack of reflectiveness and gratitude, but often with a habitual touch of resentment as well, a chronic gray depression. We are very much asleep, both to God and to our own lives. How do we wake up? Today, there's a rich literature that offers us all kinds of advice on how to get into the present moment so we can be awake to the deep riches inside our own lives. While much of this literature is good, little of it is very effective. It invites us to live each day of our lives as if it were our last day, but we simply can't do that. It's impossible to sustain that kind of intentionality and awareness over a long time. An awareness of our mortality does wake us up, a stroke, a heart attack, or cancer. But the heightened awareness is easier to sustain for a short season of our lives than it is for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Nobody can sustain that kind of awareness all the time. Or can we? Spiritual wisdom offers a nuanced answer. We can and we can't. On the one hand, the distractions, cares, and pressures of everyday life will invariably have their way with us, and we will, in effect, fall asleep to what's deeper and more important inside of life. But it's for this reason that every major spiritual tradition has daily rituals designed precisely to wake us from spiritual sleep, akin to an alarm clock waking us from physical sleep. None of us lives each day as if it were his or her last. Our heartaches, headaches, distractions, and busyness invariably lull us to sleep. That's forgivable. It's what it means to be human. So it's important that we make sure we have regular spiritual rituals, prayer, and Eucharist to jolt us back awake, so that it doesn't take a heart attack, a stroke, cancer, or death to wake us up. Now, we need your reflection. You tell us, how does this reflection speak to you today? God bless, take care, follow the protocol, social distancing, and masks. God bless and keep you. Take care.